that's in love with a man who won't grow up? If you are not alone. There's a new study, and it says that more and more men are stuck in boyhood. And they're playing with their Xbox 24/7. They're leaving their dirty underwear on the floor for their woman to pick up. How many people know of a man that does that? Oh, they refuse to give up their dream of being a superstar athlete or a musician. And they're even called man boys. That's what they're calling them today, man boys. We have a panel of ladies and men here, along with our scientist and author of Decoding Love, Andrew Trees. And Andrew's going to help us break down what it means to be a man boy and what we women can do if we're living with one who is working their last nerve. Okay, we're going to see our first man boy scenario. We've got these scenarios. Here's the first one.
Your 30-year-old boyfriend still introduces himself with a nickname like Cracker Jack. A, you tell him he needs to grow up and start introducing himself by his real name.
Oh, grow up.
B, you call him by the nickname in bed, but ask him to stop using it publicly.
Oh, Cracker Jack.
Or C, you loosen up, because what's in a name anyway?
Okay, so, you guys, what do you think the best thing to do is? Tell him to grow up or stop using it publicly, but, he can, use it in bed with you? Or loosen up, what's in a name? A, B, or C? Grow up and use it. Okay, how did you ladies handle it?
Say A.
A?
Grow up.
Okay, tell me about your situation.
We were at an upscale wine party, and Mr. E-Man, that's what he called himself, he told one of the
Is this your husband?
Yes, that's my husband right there. He told one of the ladies, yeah, my name is E-Man. And I was so embarrassed, and I said, and he was like, well, baby, I'm E-Man, baby.
At a wine tasting.
Yeah.
At a wine tasting. What about you, Nellie?
Well, I had a friend that did want to date me, and he called himself Turtle. Not sure why, but he did send me a stuffed turtle as to ask me out on a date, and I just said, there's no way I could scream that out loud in bed. Not sure what that
Kimberly,
means.
you had a boyfriend that called himself
Pookie.
Pookie.
Yes, we were at an upscale event, and I had my coworkers there with me, and I brought him with me, and he introduced himself, and I said, so tell him your name. He says, oh, my name, Pookie. I said, no, his name is not Pookie. His name is so-and-so. That's not how you... And I couldn't believe that he did that.
And your boyfriend's nickname is?
Rob the Bomb.
Rob the Bomb.
Superb name.
Yeah, we can't go out anywhere without him introducing himself as Rob the Bomb.
I hear you have a logo for it, too.
Yes, he does.
Absolutely. You got to have a logo.
You have a logo.
You have your own brand.
Yes, he does.
Put his shoes out. That's fine.
Got it.
Well, let's see what the answer is.
The answer is C, loosen up, because what's in a name anyway?
What's happening, Cracker Jack?
Andrew, explain this to the audience. Why is it okay for us to just loosen up?
Well, as long as it's something not inappropriate, nicknames are often a really important part of someone's identity. It's often given to them by a mentor, a coach, someone very meaningful in their lives. So if it's that important to them, I think it's something you let go, as long as it's not something like butt face or, something that's way over the line.
So if they're like at a corporate dinner, he can say, I'm Rob the Bomb.
Well, I think context is important, right? I think in general, in their socialized, meeting friends and things like that, the nickname is fine. I think if in a corporate setting, going for an interview, something like that, probably busting out Rob the Bomb is not the way to go.
Okay, let's move on. Next scenario. Here it is.
Your man leaves dirty underwear wherever he steps out of them. Do you A, pick them up and put them in the laundry? It's not worth arguing over. B, pick them up, but ask him to do something else you need done around the house.
Hurry up.
Or C, leave them there. Eventually he will run out of clean underwear and get the picture.
Oh, A, B, or C? It's all over the place. Okay, ladies? How do we handle this?
I leave them there.
Okay.
And it's not dirty.
You leave them there.
I leave them there because I do the laundry, I fold up the clean clothes, I put them on the bed. He will not get the clean clothes off the bed. So we sleep in the bed with the clean clothes because I will not pick them up
And
at
then
all.
what about you, Nellie?
I'm all about teaching lessons. If he's leaving them around the house, I'll hide them. When he needs them, he'll ask. And I'll say, you'll have to put them back where you found them first. Or I know a maid, and she's available Fridays from 1 to 3.
Ooh, what about you, Kimberly?
I just took them all up and put them in a trash bag and put them outside by the trash.
All right. So, and then Christy.
Mine's a little bit different. Mine is leaving gum wherever he feels like it.
Rob the Bomb leaves gum?
I mean, I gotta put it somewhere, so I mean, no.
Where do you find it?
That's a bomb.
Anywhere. Let's say I'll spend the night over his house or over my house. He'll leave it on my bureau. He'll leave it on his glass. If we go out to dinner, he'll leave it on my plate.
Wow. Okay, so let's see what the answer is. That's A, B, or C.
The answer is B. Pick them up, but ask him to do something else you need done around the house.
So what do you say?
Well, this is actually one of the most chronic arguments that couples tend to have, household chores. And the bad news for women is that studies show that men almost never do their fair share. But I think the important thing is to open up a conversation. If he won't do that, find other things he will do so that at least he does some things around the house so that you don't always feel put upon.
Got it. We'll be right back. Why don't they just grow up? What can women do to get your man to lose his childish habits? You want a man, you don't want a child, right? Here's our next scenario that's helping us out.
Your mom is such a psycho.
Your boyfriend calls his mom after you have a fight.
Mom, yeah, she just totally called you psycho. What?
Do you A. Tell her your side of the story? B. Let him know that complaining to mommy is not an option? Or C. Let him talk to his mom about it if he feels he must?
Say, A, B, or C? Okay. Kimberly? That's good. Kimberly? I'm sorry. Kimberly.
Hi. Yes, my guy says to me, well, you know what, I called my mom and I told her about you and she said you're very superficial and bougie. I said, oh, really? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call your mother and I'm going to ask her, did she say that? And I picked up the phone and I asked her, and of course, she denied it.
But she did say it probably. Or
She
do you
probably
think he was
did say
just
it.
using her as
I think he was using her as leverage because that's not the conversation that she's ever had with me. She's
about
always
you?
giving me compliments.
What about you, Dora?
Well, mine is really a mama's boy. He calls his mama to cook for him. Cook for him. So, yeah, when she comes over to cook, she brings her pots and pans, and I take it a day of relaxation. I'm kind of upset because, you know.
Does he complain to his mom about your cooking?
Yes, yes, and he says.
Just a little.
Okay, let's see what the answer is.
That's a great mother.
The answer is B. Let him know that complaining to mommy is not.
Andrew! Interesting.
Well, when you're in a relationship, you're a team, and you really need to make sure you don't drag family into it. It's just a bad idea for the dynamic. And also, over time, you don't want to turn the family against your partner, especially if you're going to be with them long term. The last thing you want to do is have your family thinking that your relationship is a bad one.
Check out this next scenario. This is one I can't stand. Check this out.
Your man plays video games for about 30 hours each week, and you find it excessive. Do you A. Tell him he needs to quit playing games and spend time with you?
Come on, man.
B. Get a life and find a hobby of your own? Or C. Tell him to put down that damn controller?
A, B, or C? Okay, Dora?
Okay, well.
1 second. Dora, you
Well,
got a lot of gaming in your house.
Yes, about 30 to 40 hours. And Mr. Emmanuel, I get off from work and school, and it's a bunch of guys there playing video games. And they bring in the launchers, and they're in there playing video games. And even at night, he'd be on there till like 4 o'clock in the morning. And once he's done, he wants me to, you know, have sex. And by that time, I'm like, no. No.
So do the video games get you revved up and horny or something?
No, I always want it. You know what I mean? I'm always, sexually wise, I stay ready. But the game, I mean, it's just a relaxation. You know what I mean? It's something to do, men bond. You know what I mean? She's not there at the time when the guys come over. She's at school. You know, she's come in. And, you know, we all stood there. She doesn't say anything. I'm like, hey, it's okay. You know, once they leave, then she might say something, but it's over. You know, it's too late.
And then it's time for sex.
Yeah, just a little.
Exactly.
Notice she said E-Man plays the video games? I'm just saying. I caught
So
that.
she used the word.
I don't know if anybody else caught it. She said E-Man plays the video
But
games.
the reason why she said E-Man plays the video games is she was connecting the term E-Man with the childish thing in her head.
It seems like E-Man likes to always have the joystick in his hands. I think that's
Let's see what Andrew says the answer is.
The answer is B. Get a life and find a hobby of your own.
Get a life?
Well, the average American actually watches more than 4 hours of television a day, and that number goes up once you add in things like the internet and video games. So his time playing on the game is not as different from most people as it may at first seem. People spend a lot of time these days in some sort of video entertainment.
I guess it's the fact that it's a video game for us women, it feels like a child thing, where now adults are playing video games. But as women, we're still stuck thinking that it's a child thing.
I think the real thing to worry about when they spend a lot of time watching TV or playing video games is, as long as they're doing it, and it sounds like this is the case, it's fun, it's social, that's fine. The thing you want to work out is occasionally people do it because they're depressed, they're trying to escape. Then it actually is a sign of a larger problem.
We'll be right back. We're breaking down man boys and the whole thing of men not being able to grow up and acting like boys, and we're helping women figure out how to get them to grow up. All right, play along with us. Here's our next scenario.
Your man constantly has his hand in his pants whenever he's watching TV. Do you A. Ask him to stop because it's grossing you out? B. Take it as a sign he's in the mood and join in on the fun? Or C. Let him enjoy himself?
What is it? Okay. So let's start with you, Christy. Christy, you're dating our Rob guy here.
Yes, I am.
So when Rob has his hand in his pants, tell me about it. What do you say?
I need to constantly remind him that I'm not dating Al Bundy.
It's nothing more different than, you know, a woman adjusting her top or something like that.
Hand down her pants, touch her
Yeah.
crotch. When's the last time you saw a girl sit on a couch and put her hand down her pants, touching her crotch?
I got my hand on her. So we don't have a chest to grab, so we grab that.
Oh, we grab our boobs with our hands in our boobs all day?
You have to find any man who would be offended by a girl having her hands down her pants. It's uncomfortable.
And it's not that weird. It's down the pants. You know, it's just there. You know.
So do you wash your hands afterwards?
Yeah, do you wash your
I
hands?
know where it's been.
No.
Thank you.
The answer is A. Ask him to stop because it's grossing you out.
Thank you.
Now, I should say, as soon as you become intimate enough with your partner, you're probably going to find a lot of gross things about him. And you can't change all of them. So my advice would be, pick the one or two that really bother you and focus on those and let the other one slide.
Got it.
Like that.
Here's our next scenario.
You're on your laptop and watching TV when your man comes in the room and changes the channel. Do you A. Let him watch what he wants? You're enjoying the latest gossip on your computer anyway. B. Demand he turn the channel back to the Women's Network movie you were half watching.
Rick, I love you. No, Sally, you can't.
Or C. Let him watch what he wants, but let him know how rude he is.
Oh my God, you are so rude.
What is it? Anything. Let me know. Nellie, what do you do?
I would come home after a long day of work, and I just want to chill on my couch, watch some TV, and I find my boyfriend sitting on the couch watching ESPN Zone so he could change up his fantasy players, all while on the laptop exchanging players with friends, all while on a 15-way conference call with all his boys, changing more players for ESPN Fantasy. And I just want to sit on the couch and watch some TV and chill, and I tell him, just let me know when you're disconnected.
Now, Rob, you're dating Christy, and you say that we like to read books as opposed to watch TV.
Well, I mean, guys watch a lot more interesting shows like the Tyra Banks Show and a lot of action in movies, while girls are watching, you know, Twilight about vampires and stuff like that. It's like...
That's not true. What's the obsession with sports?
You know the thing about the fantasy football?
Tell me.
They're probably betting money on that too, so it probably bought that shirt you have on.
Ah. But guess what an ESPN Fantasy player wins? A kind T-shirt.
Maybe you need a team.
Maybe I need a team. I don't need a team. I have real life scenarios, not fantasy scenarios.
The answer is A. Let him watch what he wants. You're enjoying the latest gossip on your computer anyway.
So, apparently a man wrote all this.
We're the guys. Yeah.
Andrew.
Lawyers, ladies.
It's called the remote control for a reason. It's about control. And so if you're not really paying attention to the television and you're on your computer, I think it's a sign of a healthy relationship where you can give up a little of that control and you can let him watch what he wants.
Oh, so that's if you're on your computer. What if you're not on your computer and you're watching something and he comes in and says, I have to watch this, I have to watch the game?
Then I think that's a little rude. I think you have to talk about that. You can't just grab the control.
And get your remote control back.
Right.
Okay, we'll be right back.
That women are watching.
What were you saying?
I was just saying that most things the girls are watching are going to be on again later
Like a
or
rerun.
during the day. Yeah, but sports show, you know, games are only on once. You miss it.
Right,
Yeah, you can watch that too.
Tomorrow the next
You know?
day, but it's nothing like watching.
That ain't
Twilight
watching
and
it live, and they only show portions of it. Maybe you guys can watch Twilight highlights.
There's a million different sports channels rerunning the same play-by-play over and over again.
I thought you didn't watch them. How do you know this?
I lived with a sports fanatic.